Next up on We I Got It Figured, we're looking at Marvel Studios X-Men 97 Magneto. Stick around.
The Way I Got It Figured.
What's up, figure fans? We I Got It Figured back with another Marvel Legends review. This time we're looking at Marvel Studios X-Men 97 Magneto. Obviously, Magneto is the #1 villain of the X-Men, but in this show he's going to be a member of the X-Men. However, if you don't have a Magneto in your collection, then this is the most updated version of Magneto to get in, to get into your collection. And I guess the cool thing about this one is he's pinless. If you're into that sort of thing, but it's a classic version of Magneto with one small exception. And we'll get into that in a minute, but first we'll get into the packaging. So of course, by now we're well aware of the X-Men 97 packaging. Magneto looking like he does on the show. Looking sort of supreme in the package. Just comes with a couple of fisted hands. And nice Magneto pose on the back. Of course, you got your cross cell. And that's about it. Just your usual legalese crap. So we will get Magneto out and check him out up close. Alright, so we've got Magneto out of the package. And he's pretty cool looking, of course. It's Magneto. But his cape does make it difficult to make him stand, at least on the surface that I have him on. I do have like kind of a little hard stand for him to stand on, but I don't think it's stable enough. And I do think that with the right surface he will stand, but he's definitely leaning up against the backdrop here. He does come with the 2 fists, as I mentioned, and he is more or less a pretty classic version of Magneto. I do particularly like the nice touch with the shadow under the helmet, which is a definite thing that they started doing in the late 80s and early 90s, whereas helmet kind of created a shadow over his eyes. And the cape isn't heavy or anything, and it's definitely the same one that's on like the Family Matters Magneto pack, but he does have pinless joints now. The thing that makes him deviate really from classic Magneto is the fact that they gave him red hands. So that is accurate to the cartoon. It's not accurate to the comic book, but it's accurate to the cartoon. And so, for me, I would probably want purple hands. And of course, I do know I have purple hands that I could, sort of swap in for him. But other than that, he is perfectly serviceable Magneto. So if you don't have him in your collection, like I didn't previous to this, he definitely will serve as Magneto for you. I certainly don't feel the need to go out and buy another one. He doesn't have the power effects, of course, but I have plenty of those lying around if I want to be using those. And they haven't made a magnetic bubble for any Magneto yet, so I would like to see them do that at some point. But can't have everything. There's no really major articulation notes on him. His head goes up and down, kind of like it should. The cape's not really stopping any bodily articulation. It is throwing him off balance a little bit to get him to stand, but you know, that's easily remedied as well. So the next thing we'll do is do some comparisons with his erstwhile enemies, the X-Men that he is now, I guess, the leader of in the show. I'm not sure what's going on with that because the show's not released yet. But he is an X-Man. Let's see what's going on with that. All right, so here's Magneto with the X-Men. I've been, you know, sort of putting them all in the videos together, and for now, this is the last one. But there they are, sort of as a team, with the addition of Cyclops, who is on the team according to reports. But this is all the 5 figures that I got, minus the Gambit and Cyclops. So yeah, there you go. So whether a, you know, good guy or a bad guy, Magneto's definitely cool, and definitely need him in my collection. And this one will serve just as well as another. Magneto is getting another version in Wave 2, where he'll be wearing the kind of the New Mutants mentor Magneto outfit, and like as not, probably gonna get that one too. So there you go, and we will get on with it to final thoughts. Final thoughts on X-Men 97 Magneto from Marvel Legends. Once again, you know, like a lot of these figures in this line, they're retreads. Kind of got a new, well, you know, you got new parts on these guys, but they're largely the same figures as they got before. I think Bishop is more or less new, but everything else is repeated. And that's not necessarily bad because, you know, they are iconic versions of the characters, indistinguishable almost from the comic book versions, which is what I'm about. And so they do serve the purpose of the character. Magneto, once again, is a major character, the X-Men villain for my money. And, you know, whether using him as a member of the X-Men or a member of the Brotherhood or Magneto by himself, he's definitely a worthy character to have in your Marvel Legends collection. I'm going to give him an 8. I do think he's, you know, decent. He's upgraded, pinless, but doesn't come with any effects or anything to make him interesting. He's just checking the box of, you know, let's release this Magneto. But I think 8's fine for that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the videos. Thanks for all the new subscribers. I do have more Marvel Legends content coming. It's probably going to be a little bit more sporadic this year. Obviously, I do plan to get a lot of the, you know, major releases like the 50th anniversary of Wolverine stuff. Or at least some of that stuff. You know, Giant Man's going to be coming. At some point, the Wasp will come out. The Black Panther wave, or the Void wave, you know, we'll be seeing some of those. But it might be a little bit more spread out because, well, G.I. Joe Classified and Transformers get a lot of my money. So, you know, there's that. But it's not going away. So that's going to do it for this one. I will see you guys all on the next video. Everybody stay safe. Peace.
The way I got it figured.